Not getting hopeful on this one. This was how it seemed. This is how it seemed with Yuno and Zeno, and look how that went down. Look how that just went negative and south really fast. Like the second that Zeno decided to get serious. Now, obviously, Zeno and Dante are two different characters, and I'm willing to bet that the only reason that they survived this entire encounter is because Dante seems very playful in comparison. Like, Xena seems very brutal and cutthroat. Vanica seems like she's gonna be very playful, like a cat playing with a mouse. But Dante seems like he's just relaxed and chill. And when I say, like, playful between him and Vanica, like, again, it's like, hey, yeah, messing around, haha, yeah, you do your moves, cool stuff. And then Vanica's just like, a cat, or it's just constantly like, okay, you might live, and then it's just, nope, I'm gonna just torture you and then give you that hope again and keep going. But Dante, already, he seems pretty chill. He just has that vibe about him. I think anybody that's, even kind of like grasped even the small amount of character we got from him so far, you can tell that he seems like a very relaxed guy. He's always looking like he's just comfortable. He's always smiling. I don't imagine you're ever uncomfortable when you're floating because of, manipulating gravity. But here he is now going up against Asuna. Asuna's uses Black Slash, throwing a couple attacks at him. And he's like, oh, I'll just use my gravity magic on it. Does not work. Obviously, we know anti-magic, the gravity magic is not going to affect it. Now, I'm worried about Asuna. I'm very worried about him because he's in a spot where he's in a spot where he just got out of a time skip. He's a lot stronger. He doesn't know what this guy is capable of, but he knows that he's like, oh, we got to defeat these guys. And knowing Asuna, especially with all these into factor, he's gonna try, and like in his mindset is take this guy down right here, right now. And I think we all know that's not gonna be the case. That's not gonna be the case at all. It's gonna end up very south for him. The level of beating he's gonna take is gonna completely depend on whether or not Dante is like willing to, like, I want to say, test his devil, see maybe if he wants to bring in Asuna's devil into their whole mix. Maybe be like, it'd be really cool if we went to like the dark, what's the 4 after triad? Oh my god, I don't actually know. It's just quartet, dark quartet or something, whatever he would like kind of have an idea. Or just be like, yeah, maybe I want to see what this guy's capable of. Maybe he'll find out, like, maybe his devil will be like, I don't know what that devil is. That'll be the reason it's the mystery behind it. They're like, okay, let's recoup. Something like that. I mean, I don't see him just being like, oh, I need to get driven back. I mean, Yami showing up, he obviously has, like, the potential of being, like, a threat. But only because, like, oh, well, we're saving Yami in this. He's going to be a lot more powerful after the time skip. I don't think that even all of them plus Yami is really going to do much to Dante, because Dante he's the main of the Dark Triad. He's the king, and he looks like he's going to be the one that Asuna's going to fight, because he already got paired up. Yuno and Zeno, Vanica and Noelle, and now Dante and Asuna. And even more so that Dante has gravity magic, which is a magic of the Bodice previous main character from Hungry Joker, that it's going to have more significance. It's not like they're just going to defeat him here. That'd be very strange. The only way that I could see them, like, in any way, quote-unquote, defeating him is if it's shown, like, defeating him doesn't really beat him. Like, maybe he's got multiple bodies, or he'll regenerate, or, something like that, where it's like, oh, you think that you beat him. It's just going to put up that illusion. But now he just kind of, like, zips past Asuna. He goes right into the Black Bull's base. He sees Vanessa, and he's like, oh, she got this magic that lets you, manipulate the natural laws. And, she's obviously very good looking. She's a beautiful gal. So he's like, well, you should be my girl instead. Screw this place. You guys don't need to be in the broken down kingdom. But he's obviously very intrigued once he skewers Asuna with a bunch of the trees, like, below him. I'm just like, Asuna, how are you getting beat up by trees, man? You should be able to defeat those. But we know his weakness is, like, stuff that isn't magic, but at the same time, I feel like he should be able to cut down some trees that are coming at him. Maybe they're moving super fast, and, the speed on top of it made him a lot more dangerous. Either way, he got saved by a Rouge, and that's when Dante noticed this magic. So he goes to try and talk to him, and once Asuna's, like, going in to try it and attack him from behind, but he just snaps his fingers, gravity induced on him, makes the dude slam to the ground. But then there he comes in his black form, and he's ready to go. And this is gearing up for what I was most excited about the fight, because the fight itself is like, oh cool, we get a lot of action. We're gonna get to see this powerful character and see like what he's capable of. We're gonna see some of his magic flexing. We're gonna kind of like figure out what this guy's deal is. But I'm much more invested in the information we could get out of Asta's Devil, because we don't know much about Asta's Devil. We don't know a lot about devils in general, but even with that, we know from the word devil that Asta's Devil is somehow different. He didn't know anything about him, but he seemed to know other devils, so there's going to be obviously some mystery on like this guy's origin. Meanwhile, like he's intrigued. He's like, oh, to think that there was somebody in the Clover Kingdom possessed by a devil. That's really cool. And now I think this is where things are going to get really crazy. I think this is where things are going to get crazy beyond this, like just gearing up for this, because I'm hoping that we're going to get something like Asta's devil kind of flexing his silhouette again, like we saw a couple chapters ago. But then, similar to like when we saw Xeno's, we see Dante's devil like silhouette flex, and it's just way bigger than Asta. Something like that would be just such a badass power move, and it would just give him such a presence. I'm hoping that's the case. But that whole aspect, we're going to have to wait a little bit. Asta's like drops a black divider. I'm wondering like if this is his normal casual size, because we've seen his charged up one way bigger than this, and then here's this one, and it's bigger than his original one that he used. It looks more like the one that he used to defeat the word devil. I think that's the easiest one to kind of compare it to in between those two. But he goes in, tries to use black meteorite. He gets dodged out of the way. He's gravity magic, man. Similar to Shiki over in Eden Zero. Gravity users are just super mobile for obvious reasons. You're manipulating gravity. You don't have to abide by like normal rules of like trajectory and momentum. Nope, you can manipulate gravity. Good luck with catching them like good luck trying to time them. Like, oh, this guy's like falling this way, I'm gonna get him. No, he's manipulating gravity. You're not gonna be able to logically kind of get him. You're gonna have to aim and try and trick him, or figure out his moves. But here comes in Gauch, who uses his mirror magic, uses Mirror Brigade, and he's got a whole group of black Astas, all using black divider, black meteorites. And I think this is where Dante is going to drop like the flex of his devil. I think it's going to get pretty vicious in the next chapter. I don't really see like this fight getting extended that far beyond this, because the level of effort we're probably going to see from him, because we got Asta in his black form. We've got the black divider. We have black divider, black meteorite, black form. I don't think we've seen all these things stacked on each other before. Like, I'm trying to figure out in my head. I'm trying to think back. I don't think we've seen any black meteorites with black divider like on top of it. It's gonna be pretty cool. You think though he would give it a different name, like black asteroid or just black meteor instead? Because obviously the bump up for meteorite is meteor, but that'd be cool. Meteorite, meteor, and then like asteroid. But he's got not only that, but multiple of them. Let me count how many there are right here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 13 of them all coming in. He's just going to dodge them out of the way. I'm surprised he's not trying to come at him from different angles. Like, he looks like he's just coming from like in a big frontal wave, which is still obviously going to be very effective, but it should have worked for like a multi-directional attack. Either way, though, Dante seems a bit kind of like, oh, huh. This is surprising. I don't think it's like that last panel where he looks a little surprised. I don't think his surprise is like, oh no, I'm in trouble. I think it's just like, you guys are pretty interesting. You guys got some cool magic. Maybe it's not just Yami I'm gonna take. That would actually be really sick if he took all of them. There's a part in Hungry Joker where the main character is talking to the female lead, and he's trying to convince her to go with her somewhere, and you find out afterwards that here he is, and once he's working on it, he's like, hey, I'm going to take you here. I'm going to take you to this location. I'm going to bring you to this place, trying to convince this girl to go somewhere. And what happens was he ends up just moving her whole house during the conversation, because he was sure that he was going to convince her. Something like that, where he like takes the entire Black Bull's base with them. That would be such a power move. and maybe like confines them inside, like with gravity magic. Man, that would actually be such a low-key, like, real big flex, really big move without it trying to be too much of like, oh yeah, I'm just letting you guys live. Something like that where he literally, it's like, well, where are the Black Bulls? Oh yeah, that guy took them. He came for Yami, he took all of them. But something like that would be pretty sick. Other than that, though, comment below. Pretty fast free chapter. Most of the stuff that I really wanted to discuss was just the hype coming up. Because it, for the most part, it was, you know, some moves were thrown out, some attacks were really brought into the mix, but it wasn't so much as like a huge meat chapter, tons of stuff to really kind of like look into. There was definitely some stuff to really hype about. Like I said, the whole devil, the thing that he knows that Asta is a devil now, you know, and I'm really hoping that we get some like devil to devil interactions, because those, man, we barely got one the last time. We've barely seen anything for Asta's devil, and that mystery is the one that I really want to find out more about right now. Because I can wait for all this stuff, because we know we're going to get a lot of arc stuff. Like a lot of the Magicula and these other devils throughout like the length of the Spade War. But it's the whole lineup between stuff we already know that stuff we already know of that we don't really know about, like Asta's devil that's been existent since chapter 1, but we still don't really know a whole lot of. That really has my my impatience and curiosity. But other than that, comment below, thumbs up the deep for the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But that, I appreciate everybody's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening.